Yes, I can finally lie and say my grandma said we was native.
Grandma always said we had Native American in our family.
Does anybody else think it's weird that the Dane Calloway people demand documents upon documents upon documents, which we have, they just refuse to accept them, of the transatlantic slave trade, but their proof that they were here before, anything, and they're the real Native Americans, are like random pictures from the internet of melanated indigenous people. Not an actual family member that they can document here before 1526 when the first documented Africans arrived via the Spanish. Not anything to document that they have an actual family member before 1619 when the British begin bringing Africans. They will give you a random picture on the internet of people say, see, we was here. That's actually insane to me.
Dane Calloway is mixed race and Tariq has biracial kids and telling us blacks were not Africans, but Indians.
There's a growing belief system among many African Americans that claims that we didn't come from Africa, but that we are instead the true indigenous Americans. These African Americans describes those that are presently recognized as Native Americans as being fraudsters. However, the discovery of a 500-year-old well-preserved indigenous American girl found frozen in a mountain found that she was 500 years old, and her identity showed that she was not black. She has all of her organs and her frozen blood, and she have her heart intact. Her DNA is not consistent with we African Americans. Her DNA and racial type is totally consistent with those that we currently regard as Native Americans. She is consistent with many of the Indians found throughout the Americas, North, South, and Central America. This is one of 3 children found frozen in the mountains, and she's clearly not an African American. When we claim the identity of another people, that's idiotic. But what's happened is white oppressive forces has spread disinformation into our community, fraudulent propaganda, because they know in order for us to liberate ourselves, we must gain a clear and accurate understanding of our plight and condition. So they spread disinformation into our communities that keeps us divided and keeps us confused in regard to our plight and condition. The DNA of that child, those 3 bodies, does not match ours. And the bones found throughout the Americas doesn't match ours. We are Africans. I know the way the white society has so denigrated the image of Africa, it's easy to be embarrassed of Africa and want to disassociate yourself from it. But that's all part of the white man's propaganda. He denigrates the image of Africa. He creates these crazy other ideologies. So therefore, we're confused. We're in a confused state. The science shows that we are not Native Americans. Those who say we are Native Americans are in fact ignorant. They speculate, they want things to be, and they say what it is, but the true science, the facts are we are Africans. DNA evidence has scientifically proved our African identity. And all of you here insisting that you are not Africans, you are ignorant. If you get your DNA test today, you will find out that you are African. You need to come to reality. You are delusional.
My name is Dr. Robinson. We, the American Blacks, foundational Black Americans, Black Indigenous, will soon have our country back.
I miss my grandma. She told me we indigenous Black Americans. They saying go back to Africa. Yeah, I will go and bring my people back that was taken to Nigeria.
I'm Black indigenous, I'm known to disregard Africa. When I reminisce, we gon' be here till whitey supremacy extend the clips. Cause I'm a NIGGA, respect my display of ignorance.
Listen up to those bird brains that want to take Africa out of hoodoo and try to say that hoodoo is not, it don't have no African roots, or take hoodoo out your name and it's a Choctaw word. First of all, hoodoo ain't no Choctaw word. Secondly, if you don't know that hoodoo has roots in Africa, then you're a fraud and you don't need to practice hoodoo. You don't know nothing about hoodoo. Hoodoo must not did nothing in your family. So I'm going to need you to stop speaking on hoodoo, especially if you're claiming to be a... Now, the Congo, since y'all want me to connect Africa to hoodoo, because y'all too slow to do it yourself, the Congo have a word that they spell HUDOO, hoodoo. Okay? And some believe that hoodoo is derived from that word. That word for the Congo is referring to magic. Okay? Keep up with me. So now that we can see that many of the hoodoo traditions derive from the Congo, let's move on to tell you a little bit more. Now, via transatlantic slave trade, enslaved Africans came from all over. Places like the Congo, Angola, Angola, Central Africa, etc., etc., etc. We came on over here, right? It ain't no shame in our game on how we got over here. We got over here how we got over here. Let's go ahead on and move on and get into the nitty gritty. Now, the first time the word hoodoo appeared in English language was in 1870, all right? 1870. There is another belief that hoodoo derived from the word voodoo. Voodoo are in places like Ghana, Togo, Benin, those type of places. Africa. That's how we connect in hoodoo to Africa, since y'all want to play dumb and act like y'all don't know that hoodoo is African American and has roots in Africa. In the Ewe language, or EWE, excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, there is a word that is hoodoo, HUDU. That word means spirit work. Okay, so again, we're not talking about Choctaw or anything else. We can't cut the African out of hoodoo, all right? And African Americans are of African descent. Our ancestors, our mothers and fathers are African. That's it. Let's move on. Don't try to take hoodoo, because you can't have it, pretendians. You can't have it. If you look up the word hoodoo, you will see that it is from an African dialect. African. Christianity was a religion that some Africans chose to convert to, and others, they were forced into it. So that's why hoodoo was born. Africans born in America, Africans who have brought, first Africans, our ancestors, our mothers and fathers, who brought their traditions and cultures over here, mixed that tradition and culture with Christianity, Islam, different religions, to conceal their practices because they had slave codes that prohibited them from being able to do what they usually do. And because they were in a new land, like I've said before, they learned the herbs of that land. Anywhere you go, you got to learn the food. You got to learn the people. So they learned the Native American herbalism that they needed to learn to pair with their own knowledge that they already had. And then they concealed all of the things that they haven't learned under Christian faith, to be example. That is where hoodoo came from. It came from our rebellion. It came from us saying, you know what? We're not going to give up our culture. We're going to find ways to still be us, to still preserve ourselves, to still be able to honor where we came from. That's why you pretendians and those who try to take the African out of hoodoo could never do it. I'm not going to let you.
I'm not coming for you. I'm just replying to your comment because it was the first one I saw. Y'all are in the comments fighting for y'all ancestors. Y'all got the gloves off. Y'all boxing. It's okay. It's okay. I posted this video because I truly thought it would be funny. Because I have been told by my family my whole life, oh yeah, we're Indian, we're half Indian or Native American, whatever. And so when I took the test and I saw the results, I was in shock. Because why did you lie? Before y'all come on here talking about, oh, like, they can't trace indigenous people. They can. I've seen other people test results under the sound and they're getting pulled. but I have nothing. So to cut all this up, I'm just gonna have my mom do a DNA test herself, and we're gonna see what her say. But y'all gotta chill in them comments. Y'all are fighting for no reason. I love being black. I never said I didn't like to be black. I never said I hated myself. Look at my hair. I love being black. I love being black. I love being black.
So I was sent a video of this creepy man going live. So I'm going to address it because more than like 5 people sent it to me. So this man is a man that's been stalking me and liking my comments and videos for like 4 or 5 months. And I guess I was live on Darvid's panel. I mean, you see it says David Osiris. You know, his intelligence level is just not there. His name is actually Darvid with an R in it, but he spelled it David. So we already know what type of intelligence level we have of the person who created this live. But anyway, he came up on Darvid's panel and he was saying how he's a Moor and he's Moorish American, and anyone identifying with an ish at the end of the word, just don't take them seriously. And second of all, we told him we're not Moors, we're not with the Hebrew Israelite Moorish, Mauritania, Morocco nonsense. We told him we're not with that, and he got really upset and he made a live about it. Now keep in mind, like 5 or 6 people sent me this and he only got 8 views, like 8 to 10 views on the entire live, and none of us on the background ever joined because we didn't care. But I just want to show y'all, be careful with these people who are following you, because this man has been following me for like 4 or 5 months, dropping likes on all my videos, trying to comment stuff in support of me all in my videos like a fan, and he's still following me. He's still unfollow back. I don't know why he followed me when I've made it very clear on my page that I'm not a Moor. But yeah, this is what happens when you don't give your fans attention. So I just want y'all to be careful with these creeps who are following your pages. A lot of them are like this. They just want your attention, and if they get your attention and you don't agree with them, they throw hissy fits. So yeah, may his next live be unsuccessful too.
Oh my goodness, 3 years? Whew. So I'm only 1 week in and I'm sick and tired of it. I mean, I have asked them for evidence and they have not sent me to one single book. I told them to take a DNA test. They're like, oh, it's conspiracy. DNAs are not real. I gave them books. They're like, oh, you're doing the white man job. Those books are like, you know, whitewashed. Like everything is a conspiracy, but they're the ones that are sharing conspiracy. Like, they're literally trying to colonize indigenous ways, indigenous culture. I think they should take the time to go heal and see what is actually going on. They have not provided me with a single thing. What they have been providing me with is insults. A lot of insults. Yeah. So I'm not going to entertain them anymore. It's literally a waste of my time. Indigenous people of America are the original, and I stand by that. Like, I'm telling you, they're in my inbox harassing me right now.
She says, argue with slave voyages. You clearly can't disprove me. Slave voyage database has it starting in 1817. No. You don't know how to use the website. And watch me show and prove. Just to show you how disingenuous these people are, she purposely didn't search for no other dates. You can easily search for other dates on the website. See that? 1805, 1785, 1787. But watch this though. Watch when I scroll over a little bit. See where these people were taken from? The Congo River, Sierra Leone, the Gold Coast, which we know is the country of Ghana today, the Congo River, Africa, port unspecified. Don't play with me, yo. Don't play with me at all. I do this. I study this. For real, for real. For real, for real. I identify as African and I study my African history and I know what happened to my ancestors. And y'all pretendians, like this Z Rising girl right here, y'all are liars.
Go to Karemio, the dude online, on YouTube. Go to him. He'll clear it up. Hey, dude, it's very complex. Native American was not only enslaving black African, but other tribes that was black skin. There were no tribes that were black skin. This opened up half-breed and $5 Indians. Bruh, that Virginia law had nothing to do at all with the Trail of Tears. Nothing to do with $5 Indians. You can look up Walter Plecker yourself. You can see the names of the families that were targeted in Virginia because these families had long listed themselves as Indian. When Indian wasn't good enough for the census, they began to use color to separate themselves from black folk. In 1920, I have records of my grandfather being called, my great-grandfather being called in color in 1920. In 1910, he was colored. In 1900, he was colored. In 1890, he was colored. I don't think it was no 1890 with him, but his father in 1890 was colored, and mother, 1890 was colored. However, on my father's side, they were always classified as black or Negro, always. There was never a time where they changed to from color to something else. Only those people were reclassified, not the entirety of Indian groups in the country. This chick is lying to you, and you are just all over the place with these. It's not as complex as you make it sound. There were no black-skinned Indians. We're not talking about slavery. In 1924, we're not talking about slavery. What else did she say that was utterly ridiculous in this? Oh, when she said the 1/16 thing, she was like, it only takes, you got to look at it. When she was reading, she was like, well, you have the only exception to the rule of white people were 1/16 of Indian admixture. That's because you had several prominent Virginia families who traced their ancestry back to the son of John Rolfe and Pocahontas. And you had other minor groups, other groups that came from other Indians, but that's the big one. That's the big one in Virginia, and it's the Pocahontas Clause, where they were still recognized as white, despite this admixture in the 1600s from a a woman, the daughter of the Werowans, who y'all call Pocahontas, Motoaka, or whatever. That's the reason for that exception with the 1/16 thing, because of these prominent Virginia families who couldn't be cut out. It had nothing to do with this, what she's trying to imply. It's very unfortunate that so many people lap on to this bullshit, and this little girl clearly doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't even have a basic understanding of the history which surrounds the subject that she's talking about. It's just terrible, man. Big up Virginia.
The amount of faith that you put in these pseudo niggas that are scamming the community is crazy. Then he crying on my page like I'm gonna cut you some slack. It's not true. We've been saying we've been here for a long time. We got people like Ali Muhammad, Duke of fucking Tears, Chief Holiday, BAP. I don't even know what the fuck that is. The world-renowned Dane fucking Calloway. This nigga said slavery happened in reverse. And then let's not forget Karimio. This motherfucker always capping. All the niggas that you showed on this list is trash. Their scholarship is garbage. All of these niggas are historically and scientifically illiterate. Go tell them Poor City said that. Meet us at the syndicate if they got any problems. We always here.
So the people who got really mad when you pointed out that Beyonce was spreading Americana propaganda are really silent right now. And honestly, I prefer it this way. I do. And for future reference, if you don't know what you're talking about, you can just shut the fuck up and enjoy the music. Their antagonists were enemies of peace and settlement. Battling Indians and Mexican revolutionaries is actually the type of black pride y'all are on. Not even using the master's tools, but being the tools. The Buffalo Soldiers didn't benefit black people. They did more to build white power than black power. And that's what happens when you align yourself with white supremacists chasing that American dream. Beyonce wearing that shirt is appropriate because she's a tool. But it's not just her. You got Kendrick Lamar, SZA. I don't even listen to him, but Benson Boone said he dropping a whole new album. Look at that album artwork. They're all pushing that Americana aesthetic. They're all pushing that national pride. And why is that? Well, it's wartime, baby.
We need some black geneticists out here so we can shut down all this delusional, utopian, ridiculous nonsense. But here's my thing. If you don't want to be black, that's your right. I don't want to claim nobody who don't want to be claimed. All I'm saying, if you're going to mislead my people into re-identifying themselves as something other than their original birthright, can you please get some resources? Go to Walmart, go to Home Depot for a job, and I want you to put down, I am a Choctaw Indian. With your black ass, tell them you are a Choctaw. My grandmother, I'm a Choctaw. Put that on the job application, and you will not get hired for fabrication of information on the application. And you middle class pretendians, y'all really gonna get in trouble. Marcus Garvey was a decoy to lead Native Americans. I'm not a Native American. Let me get you off here. There go another African. He thinks he's a Cherokee Indian. Here's what I want to say to my indigenous, Aboriginal, Native American Africans. All pretendians, listen to me. All pretendians. If you are a fake Native American, I need you to listen to me really well. All pretendians, all Aboriginal, indigenous, I'm not from Africa, American Negroes. Listen to me really well. I need you to listen to me. All pretendians, listen. When are you going to get some Native American resources for our people? Because all I keep hearing about is names and titles. Where are the resources? I'm challenging the pretendian community. I pretend to be Indian. I'm challenging the pretendian community. I pretend to be Indian. I'm challenging the pretendian community to get some Native American resources for our people. Can you please do that? Because all I'm hearing about is a whole bunch of words and titles and name changes. Where are the resources for the pretendian nation? My Cherokee coons, where are the resources? Because telling our people to call themselves Cherokee ain't fixed no problem in America yet. Telling our people to call themselves pretender coons ain't fixed a single problem we have. Where are the institutions? Where are the resources? Where are the opportunities? Where I'm challenging the fake Cherokees, the fake Choctaws, the fake Seminoles. I'm challenging the Aboriginals, all of you Negroes using white people's words, all of you New Age Native Americans using white people words to describe yourself. Can you please produce some resources? What good is telling people they a Cherokee and you ain't got no damn jobs, you ain't got no schools, you ain't got no damn banks? What good is telling people they Choctaw? You can't stop no police brutality. You ain't got no medical services for nobody. Where is the damn resources for the pretendians? Where is the Aboriginal Native Black Medical Center? Where is the Indigenous Aboriginal University? Where is it? Where is the Pretendian Cherokee Employment Center? Where are you solving our people's problems with these damn labels? Where? Not one of these pretendians has any resources set up for our people. All they're giving them is a superficial name change. A superficial name change. That's it. If I'm wrong, can somebody tell me? If there is one pretendian community in America, can I please have a physical address? If there is a single pretendian community in the United States, can somebody give me a physical address? If I'm wrong, I will donate to the Pretendian Credit Union. Can somebody give me the physical address to the Pseudo-Cherokee Nation? I need an address to the Pretendian Cherokee Nation, the Pretendian Choctaws. Where is your land? Where is your institutions? Where is your army? You're telling our people to stop being African and come be a pretendian, and you don't even have a damn hot dog. Can they get a hot sausage with some relish and sauerkraut from your ass? No, brothers and sisters, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm trying to read the word of the greatest Pan-Africanist of all time. I'm trying to help our people understand and overstand their African responsibilities. And we got Cherokees, we got fake Choctaws interrupting the live. We got fake Native Americans knowing damn well they got African blood in their body, talking about they ain't left nothing in Africa. Chinese geneticists have already admitted the original ancestor of China was an African. Chinese geneticists just admitted last year the original ancestor of China was African. The East Indian geneticists have already admitted the original ancestor of East India was an African. Our brothers and sisters in the South Pacific have already admitted the original ancestor of the islands of the South Pacific was an African. Our Australian ancestors have already admitted the original inhabitant of Australia was an African. This has been proven scientifically. This has been proven genetically. This has been proven anthropologically. In Mexico, the original ancestor of Mexico was an African from the continent. So can somebody help me understand? Can somebody help me understand? How is it everybody on earth of color, every people of color on the planet of earth, and y'all know I hate to use people of color. You know I hate to use people of color. You know I hate to use people of color. But brown people say their first ancestor was an African. Red people, their first ancestor was an African. Yellow people, their first ancestor was an African. But you mean to tell me the ones who look the most like the African, which is the American African, you look just like my Nigerian brothers and sisters. You look just like my Ghanaian brothers and sisters. You look just like my Congolese brothers and sisters, but yet you not from Africa. Lord have mercy. You know what we're going to do? We need some black geneticists. We got to need black geneticists out there. We're going to shut all this shit down. Where are the black? We need to have a black geneticist conference so we can shut down all this delusional, utopian, self-hating rhetoric. We need some black geneticists out here so we can shut down all this delusional, utopian, ridiculous nonsense. But here's my thing. If you don't want to be black, that's your right. I don't want to claim nobody who don't want to be claimed. All I'm saying, if you're going to mislead my people into re-identifying themselves as something other than their original birthright, can you please get some resources? Can you open up a dollar store? Can you open up a tire repair shop for the pretendians? What are you going to do for them once they start calling themselves a pretendian? Do you have a hot dog stand? Do you sell water ice? Do you got some oranges and apples? Ninja? You damn intellectual masturbating pretendians. What do you have to offer our people? What do you have to offer our people? Can you make some damn hot dog? Do you have a can of beans for the hungry homeless? This is what I want the pretendians to do. Go save all the homeless people. You want some pretendians? Go help all the black homeless people. Find them a house. There you go. They will all be a pretendian. Go and get the African homeless off the street and get them a house. There go your pretendians right there. You superficial identity Negroes. No services, no opportunities, no resources. And some of you black people are dumb enough. Some of you black people are dumb enough to think that by calling yourself a Native American, white people are going to treat you different. Some of you think if you walk into a bank and ask for a bank loan and they say, what's your race? You're going to put Native American. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to reject your application on the basis that you told a lie. Fabrication of information on the application. I want you to go for a job interview and I want you to put down Cherokee Nation where it says race. And your ass is not going to get the job for fabrication of information on the application. Go ahead. Go to McDonald's. Well, McDonald's might hire you too. But go to Walmart. Go to Home Depot for a job. And I want you to put down, I am a Choctaw Indian. With your black ass. Tell them you are a Choctaw. My grandmother, I'm a Choctaw. Put that on the job application and you will not get hired for fabrication of information on the application. And you middle class pretendians, y'all really gonna get in trouble. You a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, and you gonna walk into a white firm and fill out a job application and tell them you're a Native American? They're going to tell you you're psychotic. You're going to be diagnosed with a psychotic disorder, and they're going to take your ass to the emergency room at the hospital for psychiatric screening. Go ahead. Keep playing games with these white folks. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep listening to these damn YouTubian pretendians. Go ahead and see what happens to your life. Tell your kids to go to back to school night. When your kids go to the Black History program, tell them to stand up and tell all they white classmates and white teachers, I'm not from Africa. I was already here. I am a Native American. And then the white folks are going to say, which reservation are you associated with? And you're going to say, North Philly, South Central, Baltimore, D.C., Atlanta. Woo! Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I can't take it, brothers and sisters. Listen, I love being in Africa. I can't believe 14 days, South Africa. I got to start packing.
Brother, I've been all over Africa. Show me single parenthood in Africa today. You don't have a bunch of single mothers running around having babies just to be having them, or teen mothers in Africa, unless it's like a war-torn country. You don't have that. You don't have a bunch of incest going on over there in Africa. Go back into ancient Africa, especially West Africa. You didn't have dudes raping each other. You didn't have a lot of the stuff that we pick up. We got directly from being victimized by the white supremacists. That's a fact. Even our eating habits. Look at if you go back in history, Africans were the healthiest people on the planet.
I'm in Harare, Zimbabwe right now, man. It's beautiful out here in Zimbabwe, and I'm staying at the Rainbow Tower Hotel. This is one of the many Black-owned places here. Beautiful Black-owned hotel, like most things here in Zimbabwe. I'll let y'all take a look at it. Hold on. We'll walk inside real quickly. And I've been here. I got here yesterday. I'm enjoying it so far. The people of Zimbabwe are absolutely beautiful. Oh, that's the Rainbow Towers. I wanted to come here. Some promoters brought me out here. I'm doing a screening out here. And I wanted to vibe and chop it up with the family and just see what's popping for myself. The beautiful statues here. Beautiful hotel on the inside. So I'm doing it right here in Zimbabwe at the Rainbow Towers.
I'm gonna learn y'all something real quick about y'all great grandmamas and granddaddies. They sung this when they was out there in the cotton field, and Massa riding around on his horse watching them, sang this song here. This how I know it got to be in and out on you, because you gonna feel it. They used to say, I'll be so glad when the sun goes down. Said I'll be so glad when the sun goes down. I ain't all that sleepy. I just wanna lie down. Said I ain't all that sleepy. I just wanna lie down. What's the matter, baby? 'Cause I can't see. Say what's got the matter, baby? 'Cause I can't see. The silent drive was bold. He came down on me. That silent drive was bold. He came down on me. Y'all need to learn your history. Y'all listen to what they saying. They saying that I can't wait till the sun go down. You can't pick cotton when it ain't no light. These folks out there singing just they singing because they want the sun to go down, just so they can lay down. I'll be so glad when the sun goes down. They said I ain't all that sleepy. I just wanna lie down.
I understand why you'd say that, but my grandmother was Cherokee. Many people claim Cherokee heritage, but it's important to understand the complexities in our actual lived experiences.
Right. I'm Cherokee, you know. My ancestors were proud warriors.
Oh, really? Which of the 3 federally recognized Cherokee tribes are you enrolled in?
You can't just say you're Cherokee.
Okay.
You have to be an enrolled member of one of the 3 federally recognized Cherokee tribes.
Why did Grandma lie?